Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good evening. Firstly, I would like to thank our viewers for supporting Virtual Speaker Corner Faculty of Agriculture, University Putra Malaysia. I, Ummu Nadalena binti Kamarudin, the moderator for today. For this episode 25, we have invited a third-year student from Program of Agriculture Animal Science. So the topic that she's going to share is on title Factory Farming and Clarification. Before we begin, let me introduce a little about our speaker. Our speaker, who is currently living in Selangor, although born in Johor, is named Nurul Aishah binti Ahmad Fauzi. Nurul Aishah Ahmad Fauzi is one of the alumni from the Foundation of Agriculture Science, University Putra Malaysia for cohort 30. Nurul Aishah also holding a position in Animal Science Club as EXCO alumni. So, ladies and gentlemen, without wasting any time, please join me in welcoming our speaker, Nurul Aishah binti Ahmad Fauzi.
All right, so thank you, Ms. Katronada, for the introduction just now. I would also like to thank all the viewers that is willing to attend today. So I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Nurul Aishah binti Ahmad Fauzi, 198367. I am one of the members of Atani and also um, an exco of alumni from NSI Club. So, first of all, I would like to disclose that I am no expert of this topic, and some of the information might be of my own opinion, and the majority of them are based on my findings of this topic. So, but I will explain this as best as I can, make sure that all people understand about this. All right, so the actual topic that I would like to share with you is about factory farming and the clarification of it. I had chosen this topic because I find it highly interesting because in this era that we are living in, majority of the farming is based on the factory farming itself. And even when we are all here with the harvest, still do not know that still do not know the mechanism of this factory farming itself. So next slide. Moving on to the definition of factory farming. It is actually an unsustainable intensive farming where all animals are confined in a space within a large amount of numbers, focusing on the profits and efficiency, consequently neglecting the welfare of the animals. So to sum up the definition, factory farming actually maximizes the production while also disregarding well-being of the animals. So the farmers are less concerned about the animals itself, health of the animals, and as long as the animals are giving them the product that it is fine with them. Next slide. So where does factory farming applies to? It applies to any country that practice this kind of method and also applies to all farm animals, including the cattle, goat, sheep, swine, and even poultry, and many more. So basically, anything that the population consumes substantially, it will be included. Right? All right. So I would like to give an example of the data that I found. So as you can see from the slide here, about 76% of the pigs raised in intensive system is in major developing country, while about 26% of the pigs raised in intensive system is in high income country. So what does this mean? It means that the majority of the pigs raised in intensive system is actually in the major developing country, while the minority is in high income country. So it means that the main reason why factory farming is practiced is due to the fact that most intensive systems made concentrate on the profit and to maximize production since it could be so cheaper. And since the demand level are high on the major developing country, the farmers are forced to make sure that their costs are cut while the product are being used in a large amount of product. So which also causes the well-being of the animals to not be taken care of. Hence, factory farming is actually created because of this. So next slide. Uh, for this data, it is similar with the fix from the previous one. On the fact that the developing country have higher percentage due to the need of the product to be cheaper. This applies to other livestock animals in which factory farming are practiced. It also applies to any animals that uses factory farming itself. So next slide. Moving on. Okay, moving on to the effects of livestock factory farming. So there are three main things that I want to emphasize. The first one is about violating the welfare of the animals. So violating welfare of the animals could lead to behavioral problems and also unethical farm management or mishandling of animals due to the fact that the animals are too much to be taken care of properly. So as we can see from the picture, the animals are there are too many populations of chicken there, and so the farmers cannot plant each one of them at one time. So it leads to this unethical farm management and also mishandling of the animals. And the next one is about environmental hazards. So as you can see from the picture above, it actually happens in Louisiana in the United States, where the farm factory nearby had released their waste produced from their farm without realizing that they are harming the or polluting the environment itself. So from this action, it actually leads to water pollution, air pollution, and also waste management issues. And the last one is about unsafe places. So in which there are unregulated biosecurity measures and lead this outbreak that may affect the kids. So by this outbreak doesn't mean that it affects the animals, but also itself, since the disease that we are talking about involve zoonotic diseases, which the disease of the animals can affect the human itself. So next slide. Sorry. So by all means, the main reason that as of why I chose this topic is actually to promote how animal science can help factory farming. So how does it change the farm tradition or culture? There are three main things. First one is understanding the animal's needs. So sorry, by applying the knowledge of animal science, a farmer could have a better understanding of the animal itself. Is an assurance with animal welfare and healthcare, thus improving the production of the farm. The next one is about minimize the environment problems. This is actually another benefit in applying the animal science towards a farm because it actually helps the farmers to understand how to minimize environment problems since we teach them how and also manage the farm itself. Things such as proper method to reduce the waste as another profitable product could be applied, and from this can reduce the pollution on the surrounding area. So waste management problems could be reduced, pollution is lessened, and thus create more efficient management. And the last one is about modern farming. So modern farming is actually an efficient way to increase production while also remaining sustainable to the environment. Um, like I said previously about understanding animal needs, it but by applying the animal science knowledge can actually help the animal uh, help the farmers to treat the animals better in our way. So that is all. And Um, I would like to encourage all of you to observe the products that you usually buy and check the source of it, ensure that the animals uh, are kept in hands. And I hope that this sharing actually helps you to understand better on the issue as well as to help educate other from about this factory farming itself. So that's all.
Wow, such a great information. Thanks to our speaker, Nurul Aishah Fauzi, for willingness to share with us about the clarification about this factory farming. So from this sharing, I have known how actually animal science had changes the tradition of the farm and also the culture of the farm previously. So with that, we end our virtual speaker corner episode 25 with a tagline, Pertanian Tunjang Kehidupan. Thank you everyone for your time, and please don't forget to share, like and subscribe our channel, and don't forget to leave a comment below. Thank you and have a good day.